to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Kia ora, welcome along to TSB Stadium, New Plymouth. The Taranaki Airs hosting the Manawatū Jets. And what is a must-win game for Taranaki. They've only just won one game in the Sal's NBL so far. It is game number 3 of round 4. The Manawatū Jets are 2-2 and have been posting some impressive numbers. Andrew Mulligan, Brooke Roscoe on hand. And Brooke, it is a little bit of, not panic stations, but pressure starting to build against the Taranaki Airs.
Yeah, a really nice way to put it. It is really starting to build, and what better way than today than just go out there and just play. Go out there and enjoy the game, get to your seats, know what you do well. But I think it's a must-win for this Jets team as well. Just continue that momentum. They've looked good over the last couple games. Their imports are firing. They shoot the ball well. They can keep this momentum rolling, get up into that top 5, top 4. Yeah, looking really, really good.
And for Taranaki, they are looking for their next import to make his way to their team. And of course, Anthony Hiller. Games to come, must-win game in Wellington, TSB Arena. Now some Giants up against the Saints. A big, big game coming up for those two winless teams. Hawke's Bay and Southland Sharks, Sunday afternoon in Franklin and Auckland. The Tuatara in town to host the Bulls. The battle for Auckland from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre, Pukekohe. That will round out round 4. And here is the starting 5 for your Jets. Lafayette and Pippin up front. Blake, Judd and Heron around the perimeter. And for Natu Tafali, he's looking to build on some exciting offensive weapons at his disposal.
Kia ora, Coach. Welcome to New Plymouth. The team's playing an exciting brand of basketball. It's good to watch. What's been the focus this week as you take on the Airs?
I guess it's if we can be more fluid with our offense. I don't feel like we were there last week when we played the Giants. However, we've had a really good week, so we're getting there. We're continually working on our defense because that's going to be our constant for us in every game. So pretty excited about today's game.
How much of the week is spent looking at the Airs do compared to what the Jets do?
A wee bit. I mean, you've said it. We try and focus on what we can do and the things that we need to work on. The Airs have had a really abrupt start to their season, but you know what it's like, a wounded dog. We're guarding against complacency. We know they'll be up for it. There's a bit of pressure, a bit of anxiety and expectation, and motivation, extra motivation for them. So we have to be on top of our game today if we're going to get the win over the Airs.
All the best today, Coach. Good luck.
Records be damned, because any game in the Sal's NBL is very tough this season. And for Trent Adam and the Airs, this is the starting 5. Richie Roger, Quinn Bailey, David Azor, Anzac Rosetto, and Armon Fletcher will get the nod. And for them, Trent Adam, it's about getting consistency in their performance as well, because the pressure is building.
Coach, slow start last week proved costly in the end. What's been the focus at training this week?
Yeah, coming out with the right intensity. We've got to sort of rise to the occasion. They came out really hot. We weren't ready for that, and on the back foot the entire night.
This is a good Jets team. They're travelling pretty well. How do you beat them tonight?
Yeah, they've been shooting the ball very well as a group and crashing the O boards. The two big focuses for us this week have been rebounding the basketball and contesting long shots. So that'll be a key for us tonight.
Thanks. Good luck.
Yeah, for Trent Adam and his team, they were blown out of the water by the Otago Nuggets. 97 on them. And here is how it looks in the TAB, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. That is the head-to-head, and like you said it in rehearsal, Brooke, one's all over the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's where you want to be. This Jets team, they've got some studs out there, and they go to them, and man, they're playing so well. They're shooting the ball well. They get the ball up a lot. They shoot more threes than any other team, but when you're shooting at that percentage, keep going to it. It's working. On the other side, Fletcher and Azura really need to get going. Rosetto was a bit of a question mark coming into this game with a little bit of injury, so it's big that he's out there, but on the other side, they need to hit some threes. We see it right there, sitting at 8 and then just 4.8 threes per game. It is tough to spread the floor and find space when you get into the paint if they're packing it in so much and letting you shoot that shot. So if you can get a few, make them stay at home, find some space, it's going to help this Airs team go a long way to staying in this ball game and getting another win and finding their rhythm, but they need to get going tonight.
The referees for this game, we're about to get it underway for this Jets team as well. They have been very, very good, not only in the paint, but also on perimeter defense. They've stopped teams shooting the three. And for the Airs, if you take out the shots from Danny Pippen and Mustafa Heron, give them tough looks, they take 41 attempts per game out of the 72.
Yeah, they take their system. They seem to be working around the world at the moment, 3 and D, and it's working for them as well. You know, they could easily be sitting at 3 and 1 right now, but when Mustafa came in and Blake's come through as well, and he's sitting on around about 6 assists per game, they're a tough trio to really stop. And when they find their rhythm, they get the ball, they can get out and run. You're constantly taking the ball out of the net. They can set up their defense as well. They're long, they're athletic. They rely a lot on their imports, but their imports are showing up and working out for them too. So both teams, I'm looking at this as a must-win. Jets want to keep that momentum rolling, and this Airs team, they obviously want to find a little bit more momentum and get a little bit of rhythm after that big loss that they had against Otago.
Slower pace for the Jets, but they are getting the performance out of their 3 imports, which is huge in the Sal's NBL, as you know, Brooke. Javion Blake averaging 18.5. Danny Pippen averaging a double-double, 22.8 and 14. Mustafa Heron, 26 and 6.5 rebounds. And all those guys getting some stocks, which is, of course, steals and blocks, which is the new stat category amalgamation that I enjoy.
They got their fingerprints all over this bad boy. They absolutely do, and Mustafa is an absolute athletic freak. Watching him in the warm-ups, he is flying around. He gets into the paint in games as well and can finish through contact and finish through traffic. He's crafty with some of the finishes he has as well, and then can get to the free throw line too. So you're absolutely right. The 3 are on a tear at the moment, but you know, you got Judd there as well, who we're a big fan of too.
We certainly are.
Mr. Liam Judd.
Mr. Liam Judd. You've also got Simon Lafayette and Takaha Cooper, Pape Moimosia. Jackson Stent gives them some good size off the bench, and that New Zealand core really is at the beating heart of Ngāti Taifale's team. For the Airs and Trent Adam, you've got Anzac Rosetto in the middle, replacing the size of Ty Winning from last season. Armel Fletcher would jump against Danny Pippen. Quinn Bailey, Scott Telford, one of my favourite players, Benji Freeman as well, off the bench. Richie Roger at the point. About to get this game underway. The first of a doubleheader in the Sal's NBL. And it will be Airs basketball. Fletcher. Zero in over the top. Gives it to Armel Fletcher. Goes over Heron with ease. Good shot to begin for Taranaki.
Love the first set. Ran the play. Executed well. Found the import in the paint. Go through and finish. Get on the board and just get rolling nice and early.
Short on the 3. Lafayette tracks it down, crashes into his own bench, gets back up. Danny Pippen just holds it. And he shoots the long shot. The long 2 misses. Rebound to the Airs. They're going to push the pace here. And an offensive rebound for Anzac Rosetto.
Like the pace though. Get out and run. Anzac keep that alive. Second chance point is going to be huge if they can rebound the ball, get offensive rebounds, and find space in that 3 ball. We talked about it pre-game. They've struggled from deep. Just under 5 threes a game. See one go through nice and early. It's going to be a big help.
David Azor shooting 31%. As Mustafa Heron crashes into the Sky Broadband sign as he's fouled on the drive. And you know, the only win for the Taranaki Airs was that amazing buzzer beater that a lot of people don't think bent the buzzer.
Hey, it counted.
It did, it counted. They got the dub over the Hawks. And that was an exciting game for the Jets, sitting at 2-2 on the season. They got wins against the Nelson Giants. Just went down to the Otago Nuggets and the Southland Sharks.
Saw how explosive he was just trying to get to the rim there. Got to the free throw line easily. Just can't let them bounce these screens. Got to force them back into the contact.
Roger for 3. And we've got an offensive foul. Might be Manzat Rosetto setting the screen.
I like the shot. Richie Roger really needs to get going for the squad. He's their captain. I talked about it a couple of times. You know, he's worn the black jersey now and represented the Tall Blacks as well. So there's an added expectation that comes with it. But I think as far as this Airs team goes, is as far as Richie Roger allows them to go. And once Anthony Hilliard gets here and those two get rolling again because they've played together in the past, it's going to be a huge help as this Airs team jump into a bit of a zone here. Back to man.
Pippen for three. Knocks that down. Danny Pippen shooting 34% from downtown on the season.
And on brand, 3 threes in under 2 minutes for this Jets team. You know they're going to get up. You just have to put a hand up and stop it.
Good position. Marcel Jones gets to the offensive board. He's had a very quiet start for Marcel Jones too in the Sal's NBL season. Plagued by a calf complaint. That is a good appearance for him. And that's much needed minutes for Trent Adam off the bench for Marcel Jones. Pippen driving, good defense on him.
Yeah, great defense, and Coach Natu Tafali talked about it pre-game. So we want to find some fluidity with our offense, and against the Giants it was a bit slow, and we see the foul there.
That's what Marcel Jones will do to you.
Lives on that block.
He is a highly skilled veteran. He's in season 47 in the professional league. He has played all around the world.
Only 18 countries.
Do you want me to do it? I did it last time.
Go on.
Australia, Germany, Finland, Hungary, UK, Syria, Bosnia, Romania, Italy, Turkey, Kosovo, Slovenia, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Uruguay, and he's out of Oregon State.
Well done.
Plus New Zealand.
What a passport. What a story to tell.
Play basketball, will travel. Marcel Jones misses the first one. This is a good start for Trent Adam and the Airs.
He's so right. He's so crafty. If you get up on him, you can hook that elbow under and draw contact, get to the free throw line. If you give him space, you can hit that mid-range, can step out a little bit further, and loves that right hook too. So he can score in a variety of ways, and he's been doing it for, like you said, 47 seasons.
6.5 minutes a game at the moment. As Fa'ali on the floor, and he's fouled.
And up until this point, they've been pretty good tidying up the board. Second chance points already have been huge for the Airs, sitting at 5 second chance points, but just need to tidy those ones up too.
Danny Pippen just sneaking into the Airs huddle there. It's Quinn Bailey. He's been working on his arms, it looks like. He's looking good. There's Blake. Javion Blake into the key. Knocks that down.
It's too easy. You know, right hand straight drive, got into the paint, 2 feet, 2 foot stop, flow game. He's gonna have to make it a little bit tougher than that.
Nice cut. David Azor and Bailey combining. And Azor will go to the line on the shot attempt. It's a good start for Taranaki. And already this Jets team finding the cutters hard to contain.
Very good start and a great job of just getting to the free throw line, drawing fouls. Slight early foul trouble for this Airs team as Anzac Rosetto sitting on 2 early in this ball game, which is why Marcel came out so quickly. But you're right, this offensive end, especially compared to the way they started that game the other night against Otago. Wrapped up that first quarter and it was 31-11. 10 points nice and early in this ball game. A little bit of extended pressure here.
Looking at that half-court trap. Something that Tuatara did to them at Event Finder Stadium a couple of weeks ago. To great effect. They had a big blowout loss before as Quinn Bailey tried to tip it off and actually tipped it in.
Got the Midas touch. Just got to see one go through.
Oh,
great screen, great roll, great pass,
oh,
and one.
That's basketball right there. Quinn Bailey Good communication between the airs. And they're on song so far in this first quarter.
He could foresee it. That's why he tipped it in, because he knew that if I tip this in, the flow of the game will give me this space, I'll find it. I've seen a few of the airs games this year, and to me, that was the tidiest, cleanest play that they've had all year. They look nice. They're all on the same page. Nice dive, nice cut. Beautiful playing. Finishes it off with the and one. If they can get that type of rhythm, get into the right spaces, that was an easy basketball. Just an on-ball, pocket pass, draw the defense, short corner, and one. See the turnover, just a little bit of pressure there.
A little bit of pressure, all right. Another turnover. Rather, the first turnover, the Jets, excuse me. And Benji Freeman in the game, ready to inbound it. A bit of Kenny Powers about Benji Freeman, minus the attitude.
Yeah.
Just the look. Love his game, love his footwork.
Soft touch.
Very soft touch. Azor. Good defense on him by Judd. And a turnover. Pippen has it.
Just threw it to the wrong space there.
Blake pulls the trigger. Javion Blake for three.
And they don't muck around. You have to know where shooters are at all time, and off free throws, this Airs team's falling back into the zone. It's a 3-2 zone, but they have to know at all times where they are, where their shooters are. See Marcel Jones try and return the favor.
Jets can take the lead here on a three, and that's what they will try and do. Through Blake, who's feeling it, going to his left.
Especially once they make one, you know they're going to get it up. You have to know where their shooters are at all times. They're coming off those screens. The bigs have to fight and force it just a touch more. Those guards have to get over, and you need to be on the same page.
Nice drive from Armand Fletcher. Hung in the air and knocks it down.
I love the freedom that this Jets team plays with. A little too much freedom on that one.
A little bit loose.
But I love the freedom that they play with, the looseness that Ngāti Tawhali allows them to play with. You don't have to second think anything. You don't have to guess about anything. If you're open, take the shot. We're going to get it up. Back out defense down in the other end. Going to shoot a lot of threes. But the way they're shooting this year, they're going to make a lot of threes as well. And it was a 6-point ball game just before, and 2 possessions back to a 2-point game.
Oh, nice drive. David Azor, one of the foul called. None forthcoming. Taranaki back to his 4-point lead, and then Azor gets the steal. Omasia with the turnover. Fletcher for three.
I think that's where they can get good shots. Out in transition, don't allow defense to set up. Nice, easy looks. There was 2 looks. Made the first one, missed the second.
It's the first time the shot clock almost went into single digits for a while. Momasia gets an offensive rebound. 3 ball for Blake. Another one. Is that his third?
That's his third in under 2 minutes, and just like that, a quick 9 points. And you know, all season long, he's been great at getting into the paint and finding everyone else sitting on those 6 assists. But he's proving right now, 3 threes in a short amount of time.
3 of 4. Tough drive again from Azor.
He's going to have to do that all game. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He's going to have to stay aggressive, get to that left, finish in the paint, get to the free throw line, and when he gets that chance to stand the pressure, make those threes too, as we see it.
Scott Telfair, Marcel Jones and Danny Pippen having some words as well. Teams coming together. It's not partisan in Real Madrid, but there's a few words. No one's
walking off on crutches.
No one's getting flung to the floor.
How are you finding New Zealand? Love the food? I love a good ref chat too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys listen to that as players.
Time.
So, hey guys, just calm it down.
Roger.
And you're like, absolutely, great call.
Every time. Stops everything. Scott Telfer wants to get in here too.
He had the foul call to make it Scott Telfer, I believe.
He had a really good game last game too.
Telfer?
Yeah, in a losing effort, he really showed up for them. Stayed aggressive. Probably his best game in the NBL, so look for him to continue that momentum too.
Danny Pippen looking to go to work. Gets the and one, Danny Pippin. He'll be tough on the key and he'll be in the comments online later. Danny Pippin loves to clap back and he's making his game work for him right now.
Tough cover. He shoots the ball so often from deep and play with the ball as well and head on a string. And this is my playground now. Let me play around a little bit.
Look at him go to work here. The GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Danny Pippin all fired up. Love to see it. This is a Manawatū Jets team. And for a long time, they were the easy beats of the Sal's NBL. But they've stuck with the youth, and they've brought in some high-powered offense as well. And they're looking to get it done here. On the road against the Airs have hung tough in this first quarter. Benji Freeman's frustrated at something. All tied up at 19, 3:18 to go.
Just seems like the coolest character. I'd love to be friends with Benji Freeman.
Oh, I can vouch for your Benji Freeman. He'd love to be friends with Brock. Talfa to Roger. Armon Fletcher, plenty of room, and strokes that three. These two teams shooting the lights out from downtown in this game.
And that starts with Marcel Jones. Good screen, dove hard, made the defense commit, and Richie Roger, great passing. He's on fire. He's up to 14. Blake's hit 3 threes and got to the paint a few times. 14 points in this first quarter.
14 up to 21. 14 first quarter points. Talfa's fouled. Javion Blake, they have no answer for him at the moment.
He's sitting on 14. Daniel Pippin sitting on 6, and Mustafa Heron's on 1. So it's good. All their points come from the imports.
I appreciate you giving the Daniel as well.
Not the Danny.
No, give him the respect. He's 6 of 7. It's Javion Blake. Talfa at the line for the first time in the game. This is a fast-paced, high-scoring first quarter in the Sal's NBL matchup. 2 big games today. This one, and then the Giants and the Saints. 2 top 6 teams from last year. Both looking for their first win tonight.
And the NBL just got a little bit better. See the first one just rim out, but the NBL got a touch better today with Isaiah Liafa making his return to the Wellington Saints, which is huge.
Wow, Isaiah Liafa, what a pickup.
I think it's just what the doctor ordered. You know, Wellington's really struggled on the defensive end, which
He can play defense.
he can do it. He can fill it up as well, and he's a product of Wellington, so he'll look to have a big game, I imagine, tonight, and just find his rhythm nice and early. But huge for the NBL to have him back.
Really nice. Wake up call. Given up, stays with the Jets. Ayres with his 2-point lead. I understand the Wellington Saints have no road games this season. Is that correct?
It would appear that way.
It seems like that they have some road trips coming up, and that's the way it's going to be for them. Pippin at the elbow. Fletcher facing up on him. Tough defense. Marcel Jones got a piece of it. Blake for 3. And as the shot clock expired, Freeman just bowls Moimasia over. And he's called for the foul. Takes Moimasia.
Trying to take it on the chest. It's a big boy, he knows how to use his body, gets out and run. Marcel, great outlet pass to find him, put it on a dime. And those soft hands took his time. Kept Moimasia moving. Created the contact to get to the free throw line. Just a smart play, don't rush it. Created the contact, found the contact. He gets to the line. He got out quick.
Real quick. Freeman at the line. Makes the first. Benji Freeman. Still looking for his first three-pointer of the season. He's a 90% foul shooter. Shoots almost 2 a game, does Benji Freeman. Looking to connect from downtown. There's a good half-court trap. Jets are patient. Takar Cooper in the game misses that. And it's come off an error. Come off Talfa? No, it hasn't. It's come off Jackson Stent. Jackson Stent. There's a hint there, might have push in the back.
And it's very rare, especially with this Jets team, They're two imports for sitting on the bench. They do so much work for this team. The way Blake's playing to start this game.
It's not rare if you're a Canterbury Rams fan. They have two off the bench to start the game.
What a luxury to have two, and the way that they're playing. The big news about Ty Wynyard leaving and chasing a lucrative deal over in China. And congratulations to him and his family. It's going to be amazing. Aren't we all?
Javion Blake with another three, knocking them down from everywhere.
17 in the quarter. The way he's playing, he might be off to China very quickly too. Shooting the ball extremely well. Plays in 17, he's got 17.
Freeman with the separation. Oh, the block from Cooper. Moimasia crossing half court. Ears are back. Blake on the baseline. Good defense from Benji Freeman. Blake couldn't finish it up high. Taufa the other way. Taufa's taken out by Tukaha Cooper. Oh no, Scott Taufa's clutching at his knee. Oh, that is tough. Scott Taufa, he has not let that knee go. And that is unfortunate for him. Lots of contacts, called for the travel if you can believe it. And that is not a good sign for Scott Taufa.
Not at all. Sitting in agony, and you hope that's just knee-to-knee contact. See the trainer sitting there. We were just talking about it before. They're coming off arguably his best game in the NBL. He was aggressive in the last game, did a great job finding his spaces. Speaking about finding his spaces, this man right here, 17. 4 of 4 from 2, 3 of 5 from deep. Got in a rebound and assist in there as well. See Benji Freeman make his way to the bench.
Oscar Goodman, he's had a grand total of 1:20 in this season off the bench. That's the last thing. Such an important role player as Scott Taufa, and this is not a good sign. Helped off the floor in front of this Ayers crowd. There's that Rosetto. There's 2 fouls on the bench. Scott Taufa needs to put his foot up.
And you hope it's nothing serious. He took so much time in the off-season. I see a lot of the work that he does. Auckland boy comes back up to Auckland and works all off-season long. Like we're saying, he's found his rhythm. He's finding his rhythm, shot the ball well. Over there, no doctor.
Go on.
I think he's going to be all right.
Fantastic.
Gave it the eye test. I think he's going to be all right.
Blake, Ayers have this 1-point lead. That is all happening. We've got an offensive foul away from the ball on the other side. Is that going to be on Tate Moimasia or Javion Blake?
I think it's on Jackson Stent.
Jackson Stent, he's set some picks.
It's the only problem when you wear those bright shoes. Can't get away with those screens. And this is a set that they went to in their big win against the Hawks.
Fletcher in traffic finishes that.
And they ran it well. Fletcher finished a lot. Azor would come to his left, and if that wasn't there, they'd find Anzac Rosetto on the post. They kind of went away from that in the last game, but a few times early in this match, they've gone back to it and it's worked well, and Marcel Jones is slipping extremely well too. Just get the defense guessing.
Blake, 4 to shoot, puts it up. Offensive rebound, Moimasia can't get that to go down. Ayers can hold for the last shot. Shot clock is off. No one told David Azor though. Finishes with the right hand. And now the Jets trying to get it in. And the Jets cook it. Oh no.
And there might be 2 seconds left on the clock too.
There might be. Josh Ledger in his first game this season cooked it on the baseline there, and so going to put a little bit more time on the clock, and Taranaki will have the final look for the first quarter.
And a chance to extend this lead, but those looks that David Azor is getting out in transition, not allowing the defense to set up, get to that 3-point line, play around with the ball a little bit and get to the rim. That's the 3rd time he's done it in this first quarter. And he needs to stay aggressive and go for those quick hits. Not allow the defense to set up. Find their one-on-one matchup and go to work.
Just finding out how much time they are going to put on. 0.3 currently. I reckon they've got about a second and a half. Maybe it's 1.1.
I love that. It was the old, that'll do, that'll do. Close enough.
Yeah, the exact timing in the Sal's NBL can be a little different. The problem is they can't put the exact time in. They have to run it down a little bit. So Tim Brown's explaining the situation to Trinidad and Manawatū Tofali, the coaches.
It slightly surprises me because I saw a dog driving a car the other day.
Oh yeah.
But somehow this seems to be like a little bit out of our realm.
We can land on the moon. We can't give you 1.3 seconds. We can give you 1.1 and that'll do.
Close enough.
Who's it going to be? Marcel Jones couldn't get the connection from Roger, but they do have a 5-point lead, 29-24. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second quarter. High-paced, high-energy, high-scoring first quarter between these two teams. And you can get yourself a free 1.5-litre Coke with a Sal's NBL Steel combo. Use the word assist. Pick up only with the online code. Valid until Wednesday.
It does look good. Big fan of Coke Zero too. New on board with the Coke Zero.
Almost tastes like the real thing.
Almost does.
29-24. It's a good start from the Airs. Arguably their best quarter. They've had a tough time of it so far. And they are 1-3 on the season, 2-2 are the Jets. But they have the lead, the Airs, at home in front of another good crowd in the Naki. Danny Titten posting up on Fletcher. Scott with the jump shot. Rebound for Ledger. And that is good.
Offensive rebound's tough. You get to that free throw line, it's pretty much a given. And it was an import show in that first quarter. Javion Blake sitting on 17. Only import scored for this Jet squad. And on the other side, Azure had 11 and Fletcher had 9. So it was imports on imports.
Rebound by the Jets. That was a 6th offensive rebound as well just then. Tiffin pulls up. He misses that. Stuffer Heron just 3 minutes 41 in that first quarter. Stuffer Heron, he plays around 35 minutes a game.
He scores around 26.
It's a lot.
It's pretty good.
Javion Blake, he plays almost 39 minutes a game. So you know he can go, but a quiet first quarter for Mustafa Heron. Not quiet for Danny Pippen. He's amongst everything as Moimasia. This is that. Rosetto gets the rebound. Javion Blake, you can see him there in the corner, keeping his legs going.
Can't imagine he'll be off for very long. It's a bit of a loose ball foul there, and a silly foul 94 feet away from the ball, but commit the hustle, trying to get those second chance points, which is working for them so well at the moment. And 3-point ball game, and the speed and the pace of this game is you're absolutely right, Mel. It's probably been the best quarter for the Airs this year. Great pass.
Armand Fletcher driving on Momasia, rises up and puts the runner in going left.
And there's two things that I'm really loving from this Airs team. Outside of the imports, the way Richie Rogers making reads, and the injection of Marcel Jones. He came into this game probably a little earlier than he thought. He's doing some things that aren't really going to pop up in the stat sheet, but the cuts that he's making, as you see the turnover there, and the impact that he's had on this game, huge.
Zero trying to post up on Momasia. Marcel Jones falling away. Marcel Jones given valuable time off the bench in the first half.
He's been in this league for so long, and you know, we talked about him playing 18 years, but we always talk about father time as well, and the way he's...
Oh, the bank! Sorry, Brooke, I have to acknowledge it.
You got to get it. As long as the bank's open, you take it.
Liam Judd knocking that in. Roger hanging tough, finishing with the left. Richie Roger, that's nice.
Oh, once again, they got to that high on ball, made the right read, had the guard on the hip, finished through traffic with the left.
Judd pulling the trigger from the corner. Armand Fletcher, bounce pass is too low for him to pick up. Look at that, Benji Freeman, the teammate getting off the bench and helping him up.
Top tier. And the idea was right. And we talked about it in their first quarter. Allow your imports, if you're this Airs team, to find a little space, maybe mismatches out in transition. The idea was right. Manzak Rossetto execution just wasn't there, as we see both imports for the Jets check back into this game and look for Blake to continue and Heron to get going.
Yeah, the stuff for Heron would be a nice addition to the offense. Both he and Pippen take well over 50% of the shots for this Jets team. David Azor hanging tough, good defense from Ledger. But a steal by Fletcher. Bailey chased off the three-point line. Rossetto puts it in.
And that's just where you have to know the personnel. Can't close out that tight on Bailey and allow him to get into the paint. You got to pick the lesser of two evils. Give him that three, blow by, finds Rossetto on the rim.
Oh, what a pass! Danny Pippen fouled hard, goes to the floor. He'll go to the TAB stripe for two. But what a look, Brooke Rusko.
That's a dime. As we go the other way, we see the long closeout. Forces the rotation, and Anzac Rossetto gets on the rim, but you're right. Pocket pass, looking the other way. Danny Pippen diving to the rim. The imports on this team, on this Jets team, are on the same page. And they're looking good, but this Airs team has started this game well, sitting at 37 points already. And it looks like a different squad that we're seeing tonight, and it's good to see.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because this Airs team, effective field goal percentage, they're last in the league with just over 45%. And their pace is right off. Their offensive rating, last as well, of 100.4. That is points per 100 possessions. Last in the league coming into this game, as Pippen makes the second of two from the TAB stripe. But 37-31, the Airs looking like they're making lies out of those stats in this game.
And a promising sign, because great. Once again, the idea was right. Great cut. Good seal there from Rossetto and finish down low. Good find from Richie Roger. But we talked about it pre-game. Anthony Hilliard can't get here soon enough. But promising signs, because the pace that they're playing at right now, as we see Blake line up another three.
Pippen's fouled on the rebound. Armand Fletcher can't believe it, but Danny Pippen, just a monster at both ends on the glass. He is a double-double machine. And just a second team foul with over 4 minutes gone in the second quarter. But this Airs team, just to go back to their offense, Brooke Rusko, as we take a timeout here at TSB Stadium, they look confident playing at that pace. They look like they're in a space where they know what they want to do and can do it with all sorts of different looks and cuts.
Yeah, there's no uncertainty. They're playing with confidence. You're absolutely right. You're getting those quick hits and you're finding your imports, getting out and running in transition and not allowing their defense to set up. But I just think it's a very promising sign if they can continue to play with this, because we know the pace that Anthony Hilliard plays at, the threes that he can get at any given moment, he can get going. He can fill it up quickly. He was a problem in this league last year. And for him, that three-point line is his playground. He likes to have a dance with a lot of people when he finishes a lot. So they can continue this and on 39 points already. It's a very promising sign knowing that he's coming back into the mix.
Oh, Danny Pippen, he has been a beast. 10 points, 2 rebounds. Javon Blake streaks ahead, 17 points. All in that first quarter. And now looking the goods. Those 2 imports for Tutafali. Danny Pippen at the line. He's a 79% foul shooter.
And you're right, it's just a problem. On those rebounds, won't give up on plays, and that's why he leads the league. And rebounding, obviously one, naturally gifted, extremely athletic with those long arms and broad shoulders. He tidies up a lot of rebounds, but just doesn't give up on plays either. Didn't give up on that play. He's made his way to the free throw line. Easily could have got back in, found his way in defensive transition, said no. Allow me to have this dance, let me go get that ball.
Nice the second.
A bit of extended pressure here off the free throw once again, and I like that if you're this Jets team, because the pace that this Airs team are playing at right now is to see the shot here from Richie Roger, and great shot. Love the looks. He's controlling this game.
5 points for him, 3 assists for the point guard. And that is bonus basketball really for the Airs. If he's going to score and shoot the ball like that, an offensive foul. Stuffer Heron can't get his game going in this first half. Ledger got caught on an island, didn't he?
It's a big boy to get around.
And maybe just a little fact, the fact he hasn't played this season. Josh Ledger coming back from injury. And then just sort of unfamiliar with the spacing, real time, game speed. Back the other way. Armel Fletcher goes down, got tied up with Liam Judd. Marcel Jones gets Pippen up, gives it the finger roll, and he can't get the roll to go down.
Love the look though. Got a side to side. Marcel Jones got to a strong hand, up fake.
Oh,
beautiful play.
The handles. Armel Fletcher, though, he cleans it up. He goes the other way. He gives it up. Rosetto over Ledger, and Zach Rosetto with 2.
And that's the pace we're talking about. Missed down one end. Quick 3 dribbles, get to the middle. So you see Danny Pippen get into the paint.
Oh, tough foul. Armel Fletcher again.
But just a great job with this Airs team. Got the rebound, pushed it out in transition. And Zach Rosetto did a great job of getting down there quick as well. Took his time, finished through contact as an 11-point lead. The pace suits this Airs team. It's a completely different look than what we saw last weekend. Very promising signs for the squad.
Well, that's his second, Armel Fletcher. 2 for Anzac Rosetto as well. 2 for Ledger. And of course, Mustafa Heron, 2 for him as well. Probably where he sat the bulk of that first quarter. Making the first. Josh Ledger. He is, of course, related to Crystal and Charlize Ledger Walker. Their cousins.
Family.
There's Ledger legends everywhere.
Really, really are, and it's continuing to grow. It's a family that's synonymous with basketball here in New Zealand, and they've been around the game forever, but the next generation of Ledgers, as we see the great attack finish and get to the line from Fletcher, but the Ledger Walkers continuing to really stamp their foot home as one of the marquee surnames in basketball here in New Zealand.
62%. That's what the Taranaki Airs are shooting right now. 14 of 20 inside the three-point line. They go back to the line, the TAB stripe. And it's the offensive rebounds that are keeping the Jets in this game, as the ball somehow stays in bounds. Mustafa Heron with the ball now. Heron scooping his way through, can't get the roll, but guess who on the offensive glass? Danny Pippen.
So big, so strong down there. And Heron did a great job as he picks up foul there. That's foul number 3, which is huge. Just got the hands in the cookie jar there. But Heron did a great job of getting down him. Everyone had to collapse, and that's where Danny Pippen's such a problem, cleaning up the glass.
Well, Natu Tafali is keeping Mustafa Heron in the game. They don't want this lead to blow out before half-time. Mustafa Heron is instant offense. He's playing with fire here as Azor and Fletcher combine. He's got 3 fouls. Stent cleans that up. Good defense inside for the Jets. Here is Blake. Gives it down to Momsi, who scoops it up. Pippen up high. Poked away, regathered by the Jets. Still plenty of time. 7 on the shot clock now. Blake carving his way through. And Marcel Jones, Jackson Stent, he did get him on the face, and Marcel Jones sold it perfectly.
They call that a vet move. Extremely smart. Know that they're in the bonus. Probably a little gas. He's played huge minutes in this game. Sitting on a bit of a calf injury as well. I know what to do here. Just fall out of bounds and get myself to the free throw line.
Jackson Stent.
You might have a point.
He has a point. He has a point. He certainly does. But you're right, that is a vet move. Timeout with 3:45 to go in this first half. Gives us a chance to catch our breath somewhat. The Taranaki Airs and Trent Adam, they are humming right now, 46. Plenty of highlights. You can catch the Sal's NBL highlight show on Tuesday nights, 7:30 on Sky Sport. And Danny Pippen and the Jets. Sure, it's a must-win game for the Airs, but you're right, Brooke, at the top of the broadcast. It's a must-win game for the Jets because every win is important. 10-team league, top 6 make it into the playoffs, which is a great change. Even team number 9 in the last round can make a run, depending on how the schedule falls. Results go their way, they can sneak in, but starting to look a little bit precarious for a couple of teams in the Sal's NBL. 2 of them in particular play after this game. The Saints and the Giants from Wellington. 2 winless teams in round 4. Got his right knee, you can see him walking behind the Sky City sign, heavily strapped there.
Promising sign though, he's up, he's walking.
There's not ice in it.
I was worried there could be an MCL or ACL. Just the way he fell and...
Do you reckon he's playing?
Isn't it? I think he's going to get back out
Do you
there.
reckon he's playing?
Willis Reed moment.
What a ball.
We need a wheelchair. Get your Paul Pierce moment out there.
Oh, now, come on now, Paul Pierce. No. Now, come on now. Don't do Scott Telfer like that.
I actually heard an interview of KG and Paul Pierce talking about it.
He denied it, didn't he?
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, good. You have Google. You're probably multi-screening this game anyway. A 10-point lead. Taranaki and Manawatū.
And 47 points. They're sitting on 47 points with 3.5 to go in 10-minute quarters. In quarter number 1 of the last game they played, they had 11 points. And they were playing at a slower pace. Defensively, they weren't on the same page for the majority of that, and it's hard to get the pace going. You're constantly taking the ball out of the net, but doing a good job of contesting. For the majority of these plays, it's one and done.
Cam Cornell is out there. He's had 42 seconds so far in the Sal's NBL for the Airs. He's number 34, the big man. Youngster looks down the barrel of a Mustafa Heron 3 and cops him one in the eye.
And a tough matchup to find yourself in the very first play.
Zor misses that 3. Benji Freeman hustling hard. Look at him clear space and get the roll.
It's that soft touch.
Get it, Benji.
He plays with what feels like a wealth of experience. I know he's only 19 years old.
Is he? Is he 19?
That's what I heard.
Amazing.
That's what Justin Nelson told me.
Well, that's the truth speaker right there. Heron can't get that. Neither can for Alec. Benji Freeman up to Armand Fletcher. Can't get it the roll to be kind, but it will stay with the Airs. It's been that kind of half for Taranaki. And Quinnell out there for Trent Adam. He's getting some valuable minutes as he goes deep into the bench for guys who haven't really played before.
Really, really big minutes here too. 2.5 to go. The Airs be looking to extend this lead to, you know, 15. Jets just want to creep back and get it.
Here's Freeman. This is that. Danny Pippin with another rebound.
Yeah, he doesn't miss rebounds.
He loves a rebound. That's his 5th in the half. Pippin loves a 3 and he rips that one. Danny Pippin, his 2nd 3 of the half. He's got 17. And they're pulling back that Taranaki Airs lead, which is now just 6.
We see the turnover there too, and sometimes you just have to say, good shot. Freeman did a good job of getting out there quickly, contesting, finding. He knew that Pippin was going to take that 3, had a good hand. Pippin just got it up quick, and you have to tip your hat to him when he made it.
Danny Pippin knocking it down on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Timeout, Trent Adam in the Airs. 2:22 to go. Just after a sloppy turnover there. Just need to reset as they head into half-time. And the bonus as well are the Jets. Taranaki on 14 fouls. 6-point lead, Brooke Rusko. Taranaki, 77 points is what they average on the season.
Yeah, and that's because they're playing a brand new style or a brand new brand of basketball. It's quick. Think about the last position they had. Benji Freeman got the rebound, pushed it out, put it on the money. Fletcher was out running, and he just missed the shot that he'll make 9 out of 10 times. Got to the rim, missed the layup. But it's that pace that they've been missing, and with all due respect, they were struggling in the half court getting through sets. So let's go to quick hitters. Let's let our boys play, and when we get to those slow down moments where we try to take the air out of the ball, okay, let's trust our captain. Let's trust Richie Roger. Play off that on board. He's making great reads with Marcel Jones diving. If the weak side collapses, he's hitting that corner shot. Then it just becomes make or miss. If they don't collapse, find the big. They do a good job of that. We saw he got to that left, finished on the rim as well. So just an overall brilliant product of basketball that this Airs team put out.
They shoot 41% from the field on average. As a great play out of the timeout. The connection there to Pippin on point. The lead is 4 now. Coming up to 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Armand Fletcher kicks it out. Does Rossetto to Richie Roger. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Roger with a little bit of a hesitation. Down Fletcher. Fletcher, tough roll. Armand Fletcher in amongst 3 Jets.
Fly, young man, fly.
Looking like Maverick. Here comes Pippin. Ormasia back to Pippin. Face up on Marcel Jones. 5 to shoot. Good defense from the vet. Has the ball, looks up. Another long outlet. Anzac Rossetto stepped out.
And I think if you're Trent Adam, okay, maybe you don't like the execution of that, but the idea, the thought process behind it is where I think they want to be. Get out and run. Marcel Jones, 1 shot. Let me tidy up that rebound. I see my big man running. I want to reward him. Okay, yeah, we turned it over. But the idea and the way that they're playing compared to the last couple games, I think the coaching staff will be sitting on a sigh of relief right there.
Heron for 3. Freeman with the rebound.
You see Scott Telfer make his way back into this ball game as well, which is great to see.
That's awesome. Look at him out there, heavily bandaged right knee. Oh, the look is too hard to handle. Pippin, this will be a big bucket for the Jets. Danny Pippin knocks it down. He's got 20.
And boy, did they get it up from deep. That's their 20th 3 in the ball game as you see the turnover.
Blake with another one.
Throws it down. He's out to 19 as well to join Pippin, just filling it up at the moment, and just a loose turnover.
Danny Pippin's got 22, excuse me. Javion Blake's got 19, right in the passing lane. And this has been a great response from the Jets.
They shoot it. They shoot it so well from deep. They don't mess around, they don't think about it. So they're always going to be in ball games with the ability to knock it down. Shot 20 in this first half, they've made 9. They're sitting at 45% from deep. Excuse me, that was from 2. But not far off from 3, 8 from 21. From 3, sitting at 38%. And then once they get to the free throw line, they convert there as well, 8 of 9.
21 threes attempted, that's a lot because they average, shoot around 38 a game.
Oh, they're blowing that one out the water tonight.
That leads, obviously, the Sal's NBL by quite the margin. I think the next closest is going to be the Saints. 32 three-point attempts. And so, the Nuggets as well, they like shooting the 3. They're around 32 as well.
They can shoot the ball well. Harris had his first big game. He's got to play a timeout.
That advances the ball, gives them an opportunity, maybe, for a 2-for-1, Brooke.
And I think once we, and the players and the coaches, understand best times, best usage with this player timeout. I like the look here, advance the ball. You're right, get a chance for a 2-for-1.
So it's a 30-second timeout. Teams can't involve the bench, can't head to the bench. And use that QR code for the Sky City player timeout. 10,000 community group tickets available. Just scan that code on your screen now. You can find out how you can be eligible for your community group wherever you are in New Zealand with a Sal's NBL team nearby. I didn't realise we had 10,000 seats across this league. That's amazing.
It is amazing. The crowds were huge last year and growing once again.
Talfa steps into the 3. Still get an opportunity perhaps so they can get a stop. Down the ball after a Jets make. Will work it down. Marcel Jones out on Blake. Javion Blake's got 19. Pippin's got 22. He shoots the 3. Can't get the roll. Benji Freeman looks up ahead. He almost put it in. And the Jets will get another look. They should use their player timeout here because they can advance the ball.
Absolutely.
And that's what Heron's calling for. He can call it. Can Muma see it? Just need the ball. And so they'll advance it. Richie Rogers disputing the fact that they're allowed to advance it.
And this is where the learning of the plays and understanding of the rules is so vital. What he's saying is because it wasn't inbounded, that they can't advance the ball.
Yeah.
But the ref's saying they can.
It's quite the discussion. It's, once again, you love to see players having a say in the final seconds of a half or a game for that matter. But yes, they can advance it. Ngāti Taufale and the Jets can take the lead here with 1.9 to go in the first half. What a first half it's been.
Put on 100 on the scoreboard.
Pippin. And now the Airs will get a chance because no one touched it. Unfortunately, they've already used their Sky City player timeout. And so Benji Freeman, what's his arm like?
I think he got a gun.
I reckon he does too. Armon Fletcher, got an angle. He's got to find somebody. It's Talfa, what a half. He can't get it to go down with his heavily strapped right leg. But we've had 101 points in New Plymouth between two teams who have just lit it up in the gym. We'll take a break. We'll talk about it after we have a bit of a breather here on your Sal's NBL coverage on Sky Sport. Welcome back to TSB Stadium, New Plymouth. Taranaki is in a tight one now with the Manawatū Jets. And it's quite the half of basketball. It's 51-50 to the ears after a big first half of basketball. And probably the thing that stands out the most there, Brook Rusco, Mustafa Heron, just 4 first half points.
Yeah, real promising sign if you're a part of this Jet squad. And Danny Pippin and Mr. Blake did an amazing job. Kind of shared the quarters. Blake took their first, Pippin took the second, said I'm going to take over now. They're shooting the ball extremely well, getting to the free throw line as well. But at the other end, Fletcher and Azor, it's the import show right now. The shots and the looks that all imports are getting at the moment, I'm really enjoying, I'm really liking it. I think that the coaches would enjoy as well. And Marcel Jones came off the bench, and I thought the impact that he had, and like I said before, it's probably not going to show up on the box score, but some of the cuts that he's making, the decisions that he's making, made a big impact on this ball game. But we want to talk about a big impact. That man is on top of everything. Danny Pippin, scoring, rebounding, assist. Richie Roger I was impressed with as well. Did a good job of controlling traffic when everything slowed down and they didn't get the imports going out in transition. So both teams came out firing. We had 50 points on each side. Hell of a basketball game to kickstart Saturday night action.
Double header. This is game 1 of 2. Saints and the Giants coming out of Wellington for you after this one from TSB Arena on the Wellington waterfront. Always a great game day experience for the Saints fans. Must-win game for those two teams. Must-win game for these two teams as well. The Jets are 2-2. The Airs are 1-3. They're 8th. The Jets are 6th on the Sal's NBL ladder. Everyone's beating everyone at the moment except for the Giants and the Saints. We'll see that game after this one. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half. are ready for a second half of basketball on your Saturday night Sal's NBL action. Taranaki Airs, Manawatū Jets, 51-50. What a fantastic close to the second quarter that was for the Manawatū Jets. More of the same for them in this third quarter that's coming up right now.
And one thing that we talked about pre-game was the three ball on both ends. Speak about this Jets team, they get it up. Shot over 23s in that first half, but they make it at such a high clip. And on the other end, the Airs really need to see a few go through. They made 3 in that first half, but the impressive part is they only made 3 threes and they had 51 points. So they can continue to get into the paint, get to the free throw line, and then eventually spread the floor and hit a few of those threes. Mess around and make this a real tight ball game, and they can even find a little bit of rhythm, find a little bit of space, which they did do. And man, we saw this Jets team, they can turn it around quickly. Pippen hit a couple threes back to back. Saw what Blake did, 3 threes in the space of 2 minutes in that first quarter, and they can turn this game on its head. But that three ball is going to play such a vital role in this second half. So he's going to make the most of it.
Great to see young and old taking in the action. Always a great crowd at TSB Stadium, whether it be the Sal's NBL. That kid has had too much sugar.
It's going to be a long night for those Bears.
He's flexing hard there. And whether it's the Breakers in town or their local team, the Airs, they always come out in force. It's a great venue. It's loud, it's intimate, and this is a cross-island rival. The Manawatū Jets, they missed out. They made it a late charge last season, Brooke Rusco, but they missed out. But they have got a nice unit here, 3 proven vets who are performing, and then a good core of young talent around them.
Yeah, right. And just looking to go that 1-2 paces further in this league, and they put the league on notice nice and early. And we talked about this one pre-game as well. There's every chance that they could be sitting at 3-1. Tough loss in Otago on the road, but 2-2 right now, looking to get another one going, and they've worked out what works for them. Okay, we can shoot the ball well. We're not going to mess around. We back our defense on the other end. We'll get our rotations right. We'll sit in the zone every now and then, but we know we're going to fill it up. And that's one thing I love to see. Get out and run. Make it a quick ball game. Show off what you can do. Get to the rim. They allow their imports to play around with the ball. Put the ball in the hands of the people that they trust. And when you're given that chance, especially as a young Kiwi in their squad, it's got to make the most of your moments. Hit those wide open shots. Rotate on defense and do everything that Coach Natu Tafali and Tia Tamata Frost, that we see him right there, and Matt Sahuna need from you.
Danny Pippen is just an absolute beast in the middle for...
That helps. Yeah, it's a big help.
To Tafali and the Jets. He's out there doing it at both ends. For Taranaki Airs, they've got David Azor and Armon Fletcher combined for 26 points. Good split amongst the rest of the starters. Rosetto, 6 points, 4 rebounds. And Richie Roger, he's 2 for 2. He's got 5 points, 3 assists. Getting some good minutes out of Quinn Bailey as well. Likes Benji Freeman off the bench, giving them 4 and 3 rebounds. And they dipped in a little bit to get some time for Cam Cornell and Oscar Goodman. But it's good to see Scott Talfa out there. Taped up a right knee when he went down awkwardly on a layup attempt.
I'll take that one-on-one. Have the eye test. I think he'll be all right.
He did. Brooke Rusco, MD. Back underway, third quarter. Airs with the ball. They have a 1-point lead.
And we'll see Marcel Jones start the second half. Came off the bench to start the game.
And that's a good start for Taranaki with Armon Fletcher with a long 2.
Same way they started the first half. Found him in the paint. Quick bucket. A little bit different that way, but a variety of ways that he can score. Scoreboard ticking over nice and early.
Ledger misses the right. Sided 3. And Armon Fletcher gives it to Roger via Rosetto, who hands it off to Blake. Rossetto gives it back to Blake, sets the screen. He rolls. He's there for the miss wide left. And Armand Fletcher got a hand in the passing lane, then shows his handles. And then scoops it to Roger.
Missed the dive there. It was a great cut from Marcel Jones.
Just a little insight. Brooke Rusco, the former player, is directing traffic as we commentate. I love to see it. He's directing like a true point guard.
So much easier over here.
Isn't it? We've got a foul on Javion Blake there. Excuse me, he was fouled. In between two Ayers players. Get who that was there momentarily. But it will be Jets ball. First team foul.
And nothing slowed down. You come out of halftime, sometimes take a couple minutes to find your rhythm. Think about some of the best teams that have ever played the game. You think about Golden State Warriors. We see a bit of a loose pass there. Amazing in the third quarter. A lot of their games are won in the third quarter. We see a lot of space there from Blake. He's hit all those threes.
Judd, excuse me. It was Judd. As Azor scoops his way in. David Azor now. He has 13. Mustafa Heron walked with it. Oh, Fletcher broke it up.
Got his hands in the cookie jar there, and someone so athletic like Heron getting to the rim. Sometimes just hope for the best. Have a swipe, and it worked out that time. But going back to the play just before, David Azor took his time, got to his left hand, didn't allow the defense to set up once again, got to the paint and finished.
Here's Rossetto. Tough in the paint there. Pippen leading the break. Too strong, Armand Fletcher. Gives it up, Azor going the other way. Look at this pace. Left it short. And Marcel Fletcher with an arm in the back of Mustafa Heron.
You're so right, just the pace of this ball game, and that's the three. There's going to be a couple more when they get their times in their spaces. But those are the threes that the Ayers really just need to knock home. They're really struggling from deep. 3 of 11 right now, 27%. 8 of 24 for this Jets team because they get it up from deep.
Good defense from the Ayers. Jets looking for their first basket. Ledger with a hesitation. Oh, that's beautiful. Left-hand finish. There's the bucket they've been looking for.
Just took his time. Stayed aggressive. Impulse to a lot of work on this team, and you need to stay aggressive and look for your moments too when you get your chance.
Good position from Anzac Rossetto, but loses it. Had it stripped away. Blake between the legs, pulls up in the key. He can't get the roll. Back the other way. Ayers running. Jets get back. Azor gives it to Marcel Jones, who just puts it in with a little running floater.
And that's his bread and butter.
Not even a runner.
That little float game, little push shot is something that Marcel Jones has mastered over the last 10, 11 years in this league. And he doesn't miss many of those bad boys.
Javion Blake gives it up. Danny Pippen. Danny Pippen, his time winding down on the shot clock. Had to put it up. Here's Armand Fletcher. Off the glass and in.
And I know I sound like a broken record, but there it is once again. One shot, good defense, tidy up the rebound as we see the mismatch down low.
Taffin again.
But one shot opportunities, get out and run. Fletcher got to the rim and finished well.
25-year-old Danny Pippen playing the G League for the main unit. This is the Celtics G League team. We've got an offensive foul and Greensboro swarm as well. Danny Pippen out of Kent State. He's got some game. We've got whistles everywhere. We've got buzzers going off.
There is a lot.
There's a lot going on. We've got
14 players on the floor.
Anzac Rossetto made a point of stepping off the floor while Quinn Bailey comes onto the court for the Ayers. We had an offensive foul going the other way. And that's why the Jets have the ball. get that foul. Who that foul is on for you in a moment. It's on Javion Blake.
Just a tough matchup. Can play around with the ball. He's so athletic. Richie Roger did a pretty good job of staying with him up until he got deep in that paint. Hands in the cookie jar and 2 quick fouls, which this Ayers team can't afford. For Richie Roger to get into foul trouble.
No, but it was Richie Roger with a turnover. Anyway, point is moot. Ayers have the ball back now. 59-54.
Good strong move, got to his left, ripped, and just stayed aggressive. So good when he can get you on his hip. Finish same hand, same foot.
15 now for him. He's 6 of 13.
And he probably needs to be more selfish. He needs to sit around that 24, 25 shots a game.
Heron, time winding down. Needs to put it up. Who better? Danny Pippen, hard off the glass. Good hustle from Ledger. Giving Natu Tafali great minutes off the bench in his first game this season. Pippen, long 2. Jones pulls down that big board. Lead is 7.
8 for him. He's doing a great job of just tidying up the rebounds. Big rebounds, undersized, not as athletic, but smart player, boxes out early, does his job nice and early. Gets those rebounds.
Some big vet minutes for Marcel Jones. Troubled by a calf complaint through the start of the Sal's NBL, but he's proved his worth. As Blake gets to the cup. And he's starting to heat up here now. Javion Blake is 21. Danny Pippen leads all scorers with 24. Scott Telfer gives it to Marcel Jones. That is bread and butter for him, but he can't get it to go down. And it came off. Danny Pippen, that's great work.
Just a heads-up play.
Quinn Bailey.
Couldn't secure that ball. Tip it off those pink bad boys that Pippen's wearing and get yourself another position.
Armand Fletcher gets us back underway. Lead was as big as 11 for the Ayers. It's 5 now. Great look. Threaded the needle. Quinn Bailey with the finish.
Absolutely right. Put that one on a dime. All the attention went straight to Fletcher. Noticed that slip well. Put it on the money.
Poked away. Armand Fletcher got around the back of Blake and it. Somebody ate it. That guy there with the bandana. The ball come off his head. Did not faze him.
He ate that like a champ.
Mackie Hart is what they say. Bucket is good. 5-point lead.
It's 24 now. Excuse me, 26.
Still to add Anthony Hilliard, Armand Fletcher. Felt some contact, felt the presence of Danny Pippen. And stays down that end. Yeah, Anthony Hilliard, part of that Naki team that just got up and down all last season. He's still playing in Uruguay in the playoffs. Armand Fletcher's got plenty to say as well. I just think that maybe with Armand Fletcher, David Azor and Anthony Hilliard, you're just going to unlock 3 absolute guns. Danny Pippen with the stuff but called for the foul.
And I love the look. Bailey stayed aggressive, faced up, ripped through, and try and finish. Can't just look at the imports all game long, expect them to get bucket after bucket. Great look from Bailey, get yourself to the free throw line. And one thing, especially if I was an opposing coach against this Jets team, the 3 imports are so dominant. You try and work them down the other end. You have them in constant on balls, moving away from the ball, make them chase you because you know they're going to fill it up down the other end. But if you can take those legs out of just a touch, you've got to do what you can to help yourself. I hope you go a long way to stopping this Jets team, but once again, so much easier said than done.
Pippen with a mismatch. Telfer on him. Jackson Stent in the corner. Fletcher, one-handed rebound, fires it to Azor, looking to run. Backs down the defender, can't get the roll. Pippen came off his head. Quinn Bailey again. He's got a hand in there.
And it's so much easier to do than you think. Pippen cleans up everything. He leads the league in rebounding, just a nickel under 15 rebounds a game. So he tidies up everything. Let's get these second chance opportunities. Huge for this Ayers team, and it's extended it out. It was a 5-point game, sorry, a 1-point game at halftime. They've extended this lead out to 7. Just getting really good looks. They slowed down this Jets team, but you know, a problem if you were ever facing this Jets team, we've talked about it, is they can score in bunches. They can score quick. They can give you 10 points in less than a minute. Those 3 guys right there are the reason why. So it might be 7 now, but it can quickly turn around and they can make it a ball game.
65-58, you can catch Sal's NBL Hoop Hens. Wednesday nights, Justin Nelson chopping it up with myself and Casey Frank. I'll get you on that as well there, Brooke.
Oh, no, I've seen you. I let the big guns do that. Those yes-no answers, I'll leave that to you guys.
Well, one of us answers them yes-no, and it's not Casey.
It's a great watch, though. And it highlights everything that's happening in this league, and there is just so much going on. The league is in such a good place with the talent that we have. New faces, new places. Isaac Rosetto's here right now. Ty Wynyard's down with the Rams. New imports. This Jets team is firing this year. Isaiah Liaf is back.
Oh, that's a beautiful basketball.
Great seal, great pass. 2 guys on the same page.
Lead back up to 9. Led by as much as 11 in the first half. He's going to heat up for the Jets in this 3rd quarter. Mustafa Heron's been quiet by his standards. He gets the bucket, Mustafa Heron. 6 points for him now.
You have to give him a touch of credit too, as we'll see Fletcher turn the corner.
Oh,
Just go high off the paint and just miss that. But Mustafa is such a prolific scorer. He's sitting on 26 points a game. Hasn't forced anything.
Jackson Stent strikes the 3. Jackson Stent shooting just 18% from downtown. Knocks that one down. That's a big 3 for the Jets.
And I love he didn't shy away from it. Missed a shot earlier. Shot looks good. If you see Marcel bang down there, and Stent makes the 3 and gets the stop down the other end. But he didn't shy away from the moment. Missed the 3 earlier. Still caught that ball in rhythm. Shot it with confidence. Buckets.
Jackson Stent doing it at both ends, like you said. Lead is now 4. 67-63. Just hanging around are the Jets.
A promising sign. Going back to him. It's just Heron hasn't really got going yet. So if you're this Ayers team, as Fletcher's doing right here, fight over screens, make it tough for him.
Oh, Heron goes down. He feels like he was fouled.
Freeman had clamps on that bad boy. Just pulled the chair just a touch. Heron was trying to get that contact. Fletcher's noticed that, pulled the chair. Heron did a pretty good job, though, of not traveling and turning that bad boy over. And Zach Rosetta can do it all.
(67-63). Jets ball on the baseline. One of my favourite subplots is Anzac Rosetta and Danny Pippen trying to negotiate space on the floor between each other, and Danny Pippen just steps out and knocks down another long shot.
Yeah, the fight for real estate down there, and sometimes you want to step away. Live that life of luxury out on that 3-point line, just in front of it, and Pippen hits it.
28 for him, the man from Kent State. And Harmon Fletcher, 23 now for him. Harmon Fletcher, 11 of 17.
Some really good looks too. Staying strong on that right hand. He's athletic, finishing high.
Pippen, he's got one idea, and Benji Freeman blocks his shot.
2-for-1 opportunity.
Stolen away. Blake drops it off. Heron misses the dunk, but it's Danny Pippen who didn't get back and gets another bucket and a rebound.
And make that 13-9 for Danny Pippen in this ball game, and it's not even the fourth quarter.
Arm on Fletcher. He and Pippen go down. It will be Ayers' ball. Arm on Fletcher. Is he just taking a moment here?
Yeah, Brett, you've earned that.
Yeah, it is an up and down pace game. 9.9 to go in this third quarter. Might have to take a bit of a break here because Armon Fletcher, no one's rushing him to get back up from the referee point of view. Now we've got to towel off where he was lying.
I think everyone's just trying to find a little bit of a breather here at the moment. And
I don't blame
them at all.
I don't blame them.
And you got to commend the aggressiveness there of Fletcher once again. Got to the right hand, found a lot of space. And it's worked out in the end. They're going to have a chance here for this final shot of the quarter, but could have held that one.
Time winding down, Armon Fletcher. Deep three. Bang goes Armon Fletcher to close out the third quarter. The Taranaki is Armon Fletcher. Cooking in the third. He's got 26. And we'll take a break with the 5-point Ayers lead. Welcome back. Grab a 1.5 litre of Coke with the Sal's NBL Steel combo. It is free, pick up only, with the online code ASSIST. Valid only until Wednesday, 3rd of May.
You had me at free.
Man, it does look good. So does this game. 72-67. The Ayers with a big three to close out the third quarter. Two offensive juggernauts going at it. Armon Fletcher and Danny Pippen. Fletcher closing out with a big three, 26 for him. Pippen is 30 by the end of the third.
It's the question of, is it going to be the Fletcher and Azure versus Pippen and Blake show, or is it the next person up that's going to round out this game? And Stuffer sitting on 6, Marcel Jones sitting on 8. This game has been controlled by Fletcher and Azure and Blake and Pippen. Are they going to continue that? I'd imagine that they have their fingerprints all over this fourth quarter. But who else is going to step up? Who else is going to make that big shot, get that big stop?
Of course, both teams had their player timeouts for the second half up their sleeves. As Bailey gives them more hustle, gives gives it to Rossetto, and Rossetto was in there for about 3 weeks.
He parked that bad boy down there.
Certainly did. He tried to sneak in just on the corner there, just between the defensive charge end of that circle and the free throw line. But once he caught that ball, it became apparent he'd been there for a while.
Yeah, he was paying rent down there.
Zor all over Liam Judd. Liam Judd had a game to begin the Sal's NBL season. Had 22. Oh! Javion Blake scything through. Kept the handle going. And he gets another bucket. Javion Blake is 23 now.
He's smooth, like a knife through butter.
Bailey's feeling it. Quinn Bailey's cooking as well. He's doing everything. He's got 9.
And those sort of plays are huge. You have to make the defense respect you. You have to make sure that they play you as well, and then it allows your imports and your bigs to really get going. So the likes of Bailey find their space. Really need to make the most of it, and did right there, and you have to tip your hat to it.
Doing Stratford High School proud. Was a Hawk last year. Armon Fletcher sees the funny side of it. Richie Roger out there. David Azor and Anzac Rossetto along with Bailey. Ormasia, Judd, Tiffin and Stent out there for the Manawatū Jets. Ormasia as well. Javion Blake, Nacho Taufali. In a bit of a hole here, down 5. They've only led by 1 briefly in the first half. We've got some clock issues going on.
And you have to tip your hat to them once again. This Ayers team, they made 4 threes. We're in the 4th quarter. They've only made 4 threes, but they put up 74 points. So they're finding ways to get it done. And this Jets team is packing in the paint. They're allowing that 3-point shot to come, but they're just not settling. And they're doing a good job of finishing. Azor, Fletcher, obviously, and then you see Bailey in that last position. Just create a bit of contact, find a little bit of space, and go to that right hooky.
So in the venue, it's 2.4 to go on the shot clock. It's just the clock issue got sorted out there. So Pippen's going to have to get it up. He does, falls away. Can't get the roll. Armon Fletcher with another rebound. That's his 4th. And it's Azul who gives it to Roger. Richie Roger. Oh, beautiful. Again, Anzac Rossetto. Just the look over the top, and the big man gets the flush.
And I really like the look. Azul went for the nice quick hit. Had nothing there. Okay, let's get it to our point guard high on ball with our big. Draw 2, find the big. Easy done for Anzac.
Liam Judd too strong on that corner 3. Azor, you want to see it, stayed in front of him. Here's Rossetto looking to bang through Pippen's defense. And he traveled. Pippen's defense held tough.
Just 2 big, strong dudes down there. Just meeting at the top. No one was given an inch.
Tough night for Anzac Rossetto. That's his 6th turnover. 6 points for him, 8 rebounds, 1 assist.
And I really prefer the pace of this Ayers team right now, but Anzac Rossetto is probably the one player who that is going to impact the most. Them getting out and running. He's so dominant down there in that block, that low block.
Quiet night for Mustafa Heron by his standards in the Sal's NBL. He's back out there. He's going to fall away with the shot clock winding down. Gets his own rebound. It came off Anzac Rossetto, so it will stay with the Jets. They have 12 on the shot clock.
And you're right, it has been a tough night. We haven't probably given Fletcher enough credit on the defensive end as well. He's made it tough for him all night. Azur's been in there now to give him a little bit more contact.
We did discuss at the top of the broadcast, didn't we? If you're going to stop the Jets, you're going to have to stop both, if not one of them, between Pippen and Heron, and Pippen misses that. Javion Blake's got out for a game, though. He's got 23 points, but Mustafa Heron, 2 for 8, 6 points. Probably actually 2 for 9. It's Rossetto again, deep position. Gets the roll. Too strong for Ledger on that one.
I love the duck in. Got nice and low in the paint. Oh, that's just...
Oh, Blake.
Class, it's permanent.
25 for him.
And I think he just saw Scott Telfer on a bit of an island there. He's got that right knee heavily bandaged up and changed direction, got to the paint, finished easy.
Rosetto going to the big man on multiple possessions here. He can't get that to go down. Back the other way. Corner 3. Momasia misses that. Taranaki survived that one. Lead is 7 for them. Azor going at Pippin. And Pippin's going to be called for the foul on that one.
That's a tough call. From this angle, picks up his 3rd.
Stuffer Heron, he has 4 for the Jets. Javion Blake has none, which is a good thing for the Jets.
It works out, especially the way he's playing as well. But Paul Pippin did a pretty good job there of not biting on the jump. Standing upright, Azur created the majority of that contact, but clearly did enough to get to the free throw line.
So it is Azur at the free throw line. Played briefly in Iceland. He is 23 years of age. At the University of Texas at Arlington. David Azur averages around 13.5 a game this season. He's got 15, make it 16 now as he connects from the TAB strike. Atu Tafali down 8. His Jets team at 2-2. Need to pick up wins. This is a good way of going about it as they go through Heron with his 4 fouls. He's out there with 6:12 to go, hanging tough. Azor with the ball.
Gone into this 2-3 zone here.
Azor takes advantage of the zone and strokes the 3. He's got 18.
And that's what you do. You kind of roll the dice there if you're Atu Tafali and this Jets team. They sit in this 2-3 zone. Dare them to take the 3. We'll live with the percentages. Azur makes them pay.
Lead is 9. Momasia. Danny Pippin. Left-hand drive. Try to get around everybody. Kicks it out. Good ball movement. Marcel Jones with another rebound.
Great job of 1 possession, 1 shot.
Working on a double-double is Marcel Jones. Bailey, Fletcher, Jones. He's got 9 rebounds and 8 points as the vet. Roger, left hand. Poked away. Loose ball. Here we go. Pippin. He pulls the trigger. He puts up shots, Danny Pippin. That's his 26th. He's 11 of 26. Oh, what a finish from Javion Blake. He's got 27.
And he's so crafty with the ball. Got that mismatch out on the 3-point line. Gave him that in and out crossover. And we're back to the left to finish.
Wow, they're letting them play here. There hasn't been a whistle in a long time, it feels like. This is the 4th quarter. Oh, speak of the devil, Javion Blake and 1.
And when you need him the most, he's showing up. He's got those money undies on. And he is money right now. When you need him the most. 4th quarter points are going to be huge. We talked about this coming out of that 3rd quarter. Who's going to have this game? We're going to go back to the imports. There's a next man up mentality, but it looks right here like Javion Blake. So you know what? It's a close ball game. We need to get back in this one. Hold my bet.
Just 8 points in this quarter. Held to 17 in the 3rd. Which is a pretty decent amount, but in this game, it just isn't good enough because it is up and down. Big stretch of play there where it was back and forth. This has been a highly entertaining game, Brooke Rusco.
Highly entertaining. I love the pace. You're so spot on with the pace and getting out. And this is where both teams, we knew what the Jets were going to come and do. We knew that they were going to get the ball up from deep. But this Ayers team, compared to the game that we saw the other night against the Nuggets, the pace that they're playing at, the shots that they're getting, it just looks better, it looks smoother, it looks tidier. Everyone's playing on the same page, not really second-guessing each other or themselves. You have your chance, go and get it. Imports are trying to stay busy, and if they're not getting it, go out to Richie Roger, go into that high on ball, or then you have Marcel down at the block.
Timeout called. Javion Blake given at the N1. Marcel Jones is called for the foul. That's his 4th personal. So 10 4th quarter points, excuse me, for the Jets in this final installment of this great game of basketball that we've had at TSB Stadium. Javion Blake at the TAB. Look at that, just one foul apiece for either team. Blake's got a 30-piece as well.
He's got some great... I want those undies. You go find me those money undies.
Were they his or were they Danny Pippen's?
Well, whoever's they are,
I love
I salute the choice.
Rossetto had it blocked by Ledger. And Rossetto's found it tough down there tonight. Where's Pippen? Excuse me, Blake. Pulling up. Javion Blake is cooking.
It's tough. Keep him on your hip. Get to your money spot. Get to the elbow. And just elevate.
Good defense at one end. Good offense at the other. Marcel Jones with the runner. Oh, that is a vet move from Marcel Jones. Pushes the lead back to 4.
That's what we talked about. That's him. Get to that money spot. That float push shot. Touch the roof, come down. Moisture on her to get so high.
Mustafa Heron. Man, he steps into a feathery little jumper from the TAB line.
What a ball game. Everyone wants it. No one's going to blink.
Azor and Anzat Rossetto knocks down Mustafa Heron, and that might be Mustafa Heron's 5th foul.
And if that is the case, that is a huge foul.
That's tough for Mustafa Heron there. Battling with Rossetto down low with the mismatch. And Mustafa Heron is done for the night. 3:26 to go.
He exits this ball game with 10 points, and I think he's only got 10 points. How is that a huge foul? You have to respect that man when he is out on the floor. You can't fall asleep with him. You can't help too much. And it just tightens up the space down the other end. Now you can pack in a little tighter with Pippen. You can pack in a little closer with Javion Blake. You can help from different places. If they get into that on ball, you can probably trap it a little tighter and a little harder. Just not having him out there, his presence out there, make or miss, is a huge foul.
Well, Paifmo Masia hasn't scored in this game. Takaha Cooper played some minutes in the first half. He's out there. Down the stretch. Who's got the answers for Ngāti Tawhali is Jones. Left alone. Wide left. Who did it come off? Will be Jets basketball.
Just a 2-point ball game with 3 to go. You see the timeout call.
And 84-82. Do not adjust your set. I'm just probably restarting the router.
Gotta love that.
And this game is evenly poised. We'll get the pictures back to you momentarily. 84-82. 15 points now in the quarter for the Manawatū Jets. And for Taranaki Airs, we'll be back online in about 30 seconds time, so just bear with us.
All this is we just need a touch of a break. The pace of this game.
I think it
We just need a slight breather.
I think it melted the internet.
Spot on. I'll tell you what's melting the net is the import scoring on both sides, but Javion Blake and Danny Pippen in particular combining for 62 points in this ball game. But Armon Fletcher has stepped up in a big way. 26 points, getting to his spots and finding his moments.
Well, there's going to have to be somebody, maybe like a Liam Judd, just to stretch the floor a little bit. Takaha Cooper is out there for the Jets. He's 0 for 1. Liam Judd is 1 for 5. He's hit a 3. And Paifmo Masia has not scored. He's 0 for 2. Those are the options out there for Ngāti Tawhali. And conversely, Armon Fletcher's got 19. Armon Fletcher's got 26. Azor's got 19. Marcel Jones, 10 and 9. Big minutes for Marcel Jones. 25 minutes of basketball. It's 6.5 in the season so far through the first 3 rounds.
And he's come on in a big way. Came off the bench, still sitting on 25 minutes right now. He's been a huge help and a huge addition to this team and clutch buckets. But both teams, I think, need to go back to how they were playing. I understand you get to this, it's 3 minutes to go. It's a close ball game. And then you go back all of a sudden to running sets and getting deep into positions. What was working for you earlier in the ball game? Let's get out and run. Let's get stops. Don't go away from what's working. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. You know, if you're this Jet squad, especially in the second half, the shot clock seems to be ticking down a lot closer to that 3-2-1 than we saw in that first half. So throw caution to the wind. Go back to what's worked for you. You're filling it up in an extremely positive manner, an exciting brand of basketball.
Well, I can tell you that it's all tied up at TSB Stadium at 84. And Takao Cooper assisted on a Danny Pippin jump shot. And Rossetto's called for the offensive foul. So another turnover for Rossetto. Make that 7 for him. Takao Cooper called for the foul after that play. Still waiting to get it rebooted from TSB Stadium. So bear with us. Our apologies. Coming up next on Sky Sport Select, if you're watching on Sky Sport, Giants and Saints. 2 winless teams. Who have you got on that one?
Someone's O's got to go in the most positive way in this round. I got the Saints. You welcome in Isaiah Liafa, who is just going to be an absolute superstar in this league if he's anything like he produced with the Breakers. He's going back to Wellington. It's a place that he knows. It's a stadium that he knows. The Saints need a win. I think they'll put the ball in his hand a fair bit. On the defensive end, he's going to be a huge, huge help as well. So I've got the Saints. I've got the Saints in that one. But the mastermind that is Mike Fitchett will make that extremely tough for that Saints team. I think we've got a good ball game tonight, but I'm taking the Saints with the addition of Isaiah Liafa.
What a huge addition that is. Game is still tied up with 2:40 to go. The Airs have now gone ahead 86-84 with 2:01 to go. And it's going to be a very tight finish. Still waiting to get those pitches back to you from TSB Stadium as well.
And we can confirm that Marcel Jones has gone to that double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds. 11 rebounds, excuse me. And a big one for Marcel. He got an assist today.
I love how you said that. Marcel Jones is a scorer and a rebounder.
Absolutely. But he's also just picked up his 5th foul. So he's out of this ball game, which is a huge loss. Just that experience, late in game, someone you know you can go to. A 2-point ball game and you lose. So much experience.
How far away are we? And just talking with our production crew to get those pitches back. Give you an update shortly. Our apologies. Not the greatest to lose pitches from a game that's coming down to the wire, but the Airs do have a 4-point lead with 1:22 to go.
Azor must have got into the paint, found the assist, and Anzac Rossetto down low must be too big. And you're right, it's got that 4-point lead. But we talked about this as well during this game, how quick the Jets can turn it on. How many threes they can make in a short amount of time. So that 4-point lead can go pretty quickly, but 54 seconds left in this ball game. David Azor just missed a 2-point shot.
We got some audio for you, looking for the pitches. And 88-84, we're back online, so appreciate your patience on that one. And we've got a timeout. Armon Fletcher was fouled by Takao Cooper.
He's up to 28 points now.
14 fouls on the Airs, 3 on the Jets. So this game is going to come down to who can execute the best with only a handful of possessions left. 40 seconds to go. 36 in fact. 88-84, the Airs have led for most of this game.
Both teams need to look after the ball down the stretch. 16 turnovers for this Airs team to go along with 16 assists. And on the other side, 13 assists for the Jets and 13 turnovers as well. So you need to protect the ball. If you get to that free throw line, shoot the ball with confidence. Know that it's going down before you shoot it. But you need to protect the ball, look after the ball, get through some good sets. And the luxury that they have is you got a solid point guard in Richie Roger to just control the troops.
17 on the shot clock. It's 13-12 now. And we got a foul.
And they fouled late. I think they were trying to foul early. It looked like they were trying to wrap Richie Roger up. No foul was called.
14 fouls now.
It's one of those ones you kind of just have to whisper to the ref, hey, we're trying to foul here. I'm not trying to waste too much time on the clock. And Ayers did a great job of getting 8 seconds off that last play.
Well, Amon Fletcher will get us back underway. He's got 28 points. Rosetto gives it to Richie Roger. And then that is the 15th foul. Pathmore Messiah is called for it. So Richie Roger will go to the TAB stripe to shoot 2.
And just a foul that you can't commit this late in the game. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock. You're in the bonus. That's where you go back to Mustafa. You know, he's got that experience. He's played basketball before. It's a lack of experience on that foul. Such a tight ball game. You've seen Richie Roger to the line. He was falling back, out of control. He was looking for Anzac Rosetto. He had no space, wasn't about to make the shot.
First foul shots on the TAB tonight for Richie Roger. Cool as you like, Richie Roger. He's coming into this game shooting 78%, but I don't quite like shooting foul shots with 19 seconds to go, looking to hold on to a lead. And it just got tougher for the Jets. 19 seconds and a 6-point lead.
Costly foul, and you're right. It's cool as a cucumber. Got to the line, didn't blink there. Hits 2 and makes it a 6-point ball game.
Oh, offensive foul. Huge. What a call. David Azul wore it. (90-84). Trying to set the screen at half court. And we've got a timeout.
And just clipped them. Get possession back, and this is, if they can wrap this game out and close it out, huge win for this Ayers team. For me, not just because of the way, not just because of the win, sorry, and it's going to be 1 in the column. It's the way that they got the win, the brand of basketball. They're expansive, they got to their imports. The imports played extremely well. Amon Fletcher, arguably his best game of the season, sitting on 28 right now. David Azur did his thing, just under 20 at the moment.
Josh Ledger called for the foul at midcourt. Taranaki look like they're going to hold on here. 90-84. This is a big win on their home floor, rewarding their fans who've come out in force. A reminder, Saints Giants coming up in 4 minutes on Sky Sport Select. If you're watching on Sky Sport here in New Zealand, flip on over. We've got ANZ Premiership Netball coming up after this game. But if you want to watch the Giants and the Saints, and that is going to be next.
And exciting times as well for this Ayers squad. We touched on, I think, maybe in the second quarter. You managed to score 90 points tonight. And arguably your biggest weapon is still on the way. You add Anthony Hilliard into the mix. We saw what he can do last year, the problems that he is. And that was the exact play that they ran against the Hawks for Azur to get that shot. To win the game against the Hawks.
Game knows game. Brooke Rusco picking it. He needed just 0.5 there. Sorry to anything. I shouldn't make light of that. That's a tough one to wear for Hawks fans.
The Hawks will still be there.
Absolutely.
Coming down the stretch, they still got an import coming through.
Ira Lee's
going to be a big help to them.
Just give that little bit of depth. David Azur makes the first. This is a great win for the Ayers.
Big win.
91-84. Oh, stranger things have happened in 15 seconds in basketball. The Jets really need to get it going. They score quickly here. But they extend that pressure so they can't walk the ball up without touching it. Javion Blake misses that. Quinn Bailey pulls down the rebound. And Quinn Bailey will walk 92 feet to go and shoot 2 foul shots from the TAB line.
And a solid win. Well done to this Airs team. Tidy across the board. Started quarters well. Jets went on runs. They managed to hold the momentum when those things were happening. Those plays were pretty big from Pippen and Blake throughout that ball game.
The Airs have the Giants next. That's coming up in round 5. And the Jets have the Hawks, rather. The Airs have the Giants. 6 seconds to go. Javion Blake, they let him go. And Benji Freeman looking for a quick outlet pass. Azet Roselli will dribble it out. And that'll do us. 93-86. Big Airs win. And here it is, coming up next, Saints and Giants over on Sky Sports Select. Big doubleheader tomorrow. Hawks and Sharks, and the Bulls and Tuatara. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your patience during that technical glitch. On behalf of Brooke Roscoe, enjoy the rest of your night. Sal's NBL action coming at you, and the Airs with a big win over the Jets.